Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert Adam Duran answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
All right, Adam.
Hello, Jamie.
All right, welcome to another episode of Local SEO in 10.
Woohoo! Touchdown.
What are we talking about today?
Well, today I want to talk about something that probably is a little technical, but it's something that is so important that I really wanted to let our listeners know about it.
Okay.
And what that is, it's called JSON Schema, and so it's JSON Schema.
Oh, thank you very much.
We're done. No, we're not done. Don't go. Schema is actually really important. It's really important because it's a language, and that language is a language that Google understands. So now how this works, I'll try and explain it in as easy a terms as I can figure out. Okay. So imagine you're a computer program. Okay. You're a simple program like Google is a program. And what you're trying to do is categorize everything. So you're scanning documents, you're scanning web pages of all different kinds of things on the internet. So imagine there's maybe a local business website, and then there's an e-commerce website, and then there's, your grandma's blog, and then there's other things. There's got to be 100,000 different kinds of web pages. And each one of those web pages might have kind of a different layout, kind of different, way different information, but you're asking that computer program to learn and to decide what category to put your website in. And so what happened is that obviously is just nuts. So Schema came along basically, and this is the language that Google speaks. And it should be basically at the bedrock of every website. So that way Google is able to put your business, or especially for a local business, it's supposed to be able to help Google understand you are a local business and you're not, and with your location, all kinds of information. So that way Google can serve your website to people who need it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So you're saying you want to make your website schema friendly, so it makes it easier on Google.
Right. And so if you confuse Google, so there's a great saying in marketing. It basically says, if you confuse, you lose. And with Google, my interpretation of that is, if you confuse Google, you can say goodbye to getting business through the internet.
Well,
So
you're essentially confusing the customer too, because, if you're a carpet cleaner and you're put under home furnishings, when someone looks for carpet cleaning, they're not going to find you.
Yep, exactly. Or if your website actually, your homepage for your business doesn't have any text or schema, you are forcing Google to try and decide what you are. And good luck getting any kind of search results with that. That should be a big red flag. I know beautiful websites, but if you don't have text on the pages, Google's not going to be able to understand what your website and what your business does. And not just text, schema is a different language. So we use some great tools, especially for local businesses. One's from a company called Web20 Ranker. I'll put the link to it in our show notes. But if you go to that link, you can input your information. It will automatically generate things like your hours. It'll take this is crazy, longitude and latitude of your business. It'll say who you serve, what areas you serve. All of that stuff, all of that information is already in Google if you have a Google My Business listing. So it pulls that information. Once you fill that out, You can test it, make sure there's no problems with it, and it's totally free. And then you just copy and paste that information into your website, into the header of your website. And I'll show you, I'll put up also on our show notes, an easy way to do it. If you use WordPress for your website, there's a free plugin that takes 2 minutes to install, and then it takes 30 seconds to put that schema onto your site. Once you do that, if you're a local business, you'll see Google will now be able to serve your business to local people, exactly what category you are. It's great. It's a no-brainer. And one of the things we look for when we are doing an audit for any kind of client is, do you have schema on your site?
So if for those of us in business who don't do our own websites, what should we be letting our web designers know that needs to be there, or at least check for?
You should ask them, hey, what kind of schema is on our site? We've seen anything from schema instead of for a local, a local general contractor. So that's one of the categories in local schema, but we've seen them categorized as organization and organization. So that's as vague as can be. So it doesn't help. Or we've seen, of course, their business categorized as a website. Thank you.
What should we direct the web person back to Local SEO in 10 if we just get a blank stare and they don't know what schema? They've never heard of schema either. Yeah,
unfortunately, anyone can pretty much call themselves a website designer. That's what we notice. I'm a web designer. That's great. And I respect the ability and the talent that is definitely necessary for that. But one of the things we're trying to do in this podcast is help people with their visibility. And so if you don't have visibility, if you have confused Google, then all of that beautiful website that you spent $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for isn't going to bring you business. And so that's super scary for me as in this arena. I want to make sure that I'm serving my clients the best. That means getting that site visible, having a beautiful site to show, and then that will help convert clients. But that visibility part is super important.
And if there's a category, say your business is, flying trapeze monkeys or something like that, something that, Google doesn't really have a classification for, are you able to make your own classification or?
Yes. So with local schema, it is old. So it's out of date. And crazily, there's no marketing agency category. So for us, we are categorized in schema as a professional organization. But then on top of that, there is a way you can enter in. It's called a same as function. And what that is we go to Wikipedia, and there is a Wikipedia entry for our category. So we can take that Wikipedia URL and put it into that same as box, and that will let Google know this is what we do. So if the category is not on Google, definitely great question, by the way. If the category is not there, then you can use that same as function through Wikipedia to let Google know, hey, your category we're one part of that category, and we're a subset of that main category that Google gives us.
Could someone also check the schema for a different website they don't own?
Oh, of course. So when you go to that link, when you test your schema, you have to put in a website. And so once you do, you can test any website. So that test your schema, it's from Google. They will be able to show you what your own website is. If you have schema there already, you can just type in your URL, test it. If it's there and it says organization, maybe that's a big red flag that you can go to your webmaster and say, hey, can you put in local schema? Because I'm not an organization. Well, I am, but I'm also, a hairstylist. So, and that's kind of who I want people, or I'm a restaurant owner and I want the restaurant people who want to go to a restaurant to come to my business. So, yes, very great question. And use that Google schema tester. And you can also just Google that and that'll pop right up.
Cool.
And it's very explanatory. It basically, I think for our company and all of our clients, we have at least 100, maybe 120 different fields of information filled out for every local business. So
Wow.
it is essential. If you're a local business and you don't have Schema, you are losing customers.
It seems that this should just be like standard operating procedure on every website, but I doubt it is.
Well, you have people who are designers who don't know this stuff.
Right.
And that's, and they've sold you because they're really great at selling. And, unfortunately, it does, there's levels to this, there's levels to everything. And then definitely there's levels to this. So a great way, go to that Google Schema tester, type in your website, and then see what comes up. If you see organization or website or breadcrumbs, then maybe that's a big red flag. And
all right.
if you're talking about, last thing I want to mention about this is accessibility. That's probably in 2020, you're going to see more and more businesses are getting sued for accessibility, for disabled access to your site. This schema is a great tool to help your site's accessibility as well. So this is basic SEO. And so if you have a designer who did your site, then maybe you should do this.
And I've noticed sites that have a lot of video in them, if they do not have the closed captioning, those could be ones that are subject to the disability requirement.
Oh yeah. Right now, there are organizations getting sued for this. It's a great topic for an upcoming episode because this is very much in the gray area. Basically, welcome to America. You can sue anybody for anything, but if your site is not accessible, then it's easier to make your site accessible than not nowadays. So, upcoming episode idea, Jamie.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, we got plenty more. All right. Well, that's a great topic. That's probably the most useful thing you've said no, just kidding.
Nope.
And no, this is great. So we're looking forward to the show notes, and definitely check us out on our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10. Make sure to review and leave a rating for the podcast. And any final questions or final thoughts, Adam?
Yeah, if you find this useful, share it with if you're in a local business organization, a BNI or chamber or Lions Club or any of those, and you find something useful about it, please share us out. And this is an easy tip. You can, hey, have you used this local schema thing on your website?
Yeah,
that's a great way.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, everybody.
All right. Thank you.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.